Are you a lifelong fan of General Hospital?
Are you a new fan who wants to know more about the history of the show?
Do you enjoy talking about the show with others?
Do you find yourself yelling at the TV?
Is your self-care an hour a day in Port Charles?
If so, we invite you to join hosts
Amanda Kimmel
and Shannon Coach at the place where all the hidden conversations take place and secrets are revealed.
Meet us at Pier 54,
a General Hospital fan podcast.
Hello.
Hi.
Welcome to the General Hospital recap for October 6th through 10th, 2025. We have a couple Port Charles pipelines. We have one from Quinquita. What happened to Bobby 411? You left before she found out Carly was her daughter.
Yep, we need to get back to that.
Lucky came back. And to be fair, we decided it was kind of more urgent at the time that people understand who he is, especially with how they wound up doing the story.
And I feel like we thought that Lucky was going to be like 2 or 3 months and then we'd jump back onto Bobby and it would be like we had never jumped away from her. But instead it ended up being a year of Lucky and now we need to get back to Bobby.
Yes. But yeah, so we are taking a little bit of a break and then Amanda's going to get back to researching Bobby.
Yes.
This upcoming 411, so I'll just do it real quick, is going to be episode 52 of Lucky. And that's it for now.
That's it.
But yes, we will have spent an entire year. We didn't think anyone this, because I mean, so Rick came back during Lucky and we also talked about Miguel during Lucky.
Right.
That took 3 episodes total.
Mm-hmm.
So we knew that Lucky was going to be longer. I feel like we thought he was definitely going to be a little bit longer than Alan. By no means. Did we
Absolutely not. It was not supposed to be a year.
I'm thankful that I did not know that ahead of time. However, this is what I've been doing for 6 years too, though. So what am I saying? But yeah, so we will get back to Bobby soonish.
Yeah.
So thank you for the question.
Right. I'm glad that people are missing
and then
it and want us to go back.
Yes.
To it, so
Yes, me too. And then UDAC just said, not in that tax bracket, LOL, because that was for the dry cleaning of the undies. So nobody wrote in to let us know that they do. So
well, that's good.
Wait, hold it. We do have one more. Hold on. Let's see. From Sherry. Update on my last email. Oh, okay. So it's Sherry, sorry, we're going to totally embarrass you just because you're the first person we're reading after this. It has nothing to do with her undies. So. Update on my last email about Nathan and James. I'm behind on watching shows due to busy life, but I'm watching Friday, October 3rd episode, and Britt mentions that her 7-year-old nephew is in there meeting his dad for the first time. So they did unage James. I'm so glad I caught that on the show. Yep.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
Good job. And that's one of those things I don't even listen to when she said it.
I noticed that she said it, but I wasn't thinking about the fact that we had just talked about they flip-flopped his age.
Yeah. So good catch. Thank you. And let me see, because I had a couple notes from, if I bring up my notes. Okay. Did you know that Cameron Matheson is the host of a game show?
No.
We were at dinner for Erica's birthday on Monday. We were at Tory and they had the Game Show Network on, which was just fantastic because I like nerdy trivia.
Uh-huh.
So she and I, seriously, one of the things was one of the categories on this other show. It wasn't Cameron Matheson's. Oh, it might have been, but it was, did these things in history happen during Friends or no?
Oh, my.
During the 10-year run of Friends. And we were sitting there like, this is ours. And we did good.
I'm sure you did.
So he is a host of the game show Beat the Bridge, which airs on the Game Show Network.
Had no idea.
And Beat the Bridge is, it's an interactive bridge and it dares players to cross by stepping on the right answers to challenge trivia questions. Each step puts money in the team's bank with bonus money for each successful crossing. So they will have 3 or 4 options, or no, 3. You know what? I think it might have started as 2 options and then it goes to 3 options, but I could be wrong. But it's they start out easy, but then they get more difficult as you cross.
Okay.
Yeah. It was pretty good. Oh, that was the one. That was the one that was Friends, because it's literally the third video down. It says calling all Friends fans.
Okay. Then you would have
So that's
crossed the
great.
bridge. You would have made all kind of money.
I would have crossed the bridge, yes. But it looked fun. Random fact. And then I did wind up rewatching most of Lucky from the past year because what was out there. Well, what was out there was not
right. No, I love that you
detailed.
watched it to give a good recap, but I wasn't doubting that you were going to end up watching it, even if it wasn't necessary for the recap.
So I don't think either of us caught this in February. And I'm sorry, I did not mention when this conversation was being had. Liz told Lucky she can't be anyone's angel. That was Luke's nickname for Laura.
Oh, no, I didn't catch that was, aw, okay. Or I didn't make the connection. Okay.
And the song that they danced to was Where You Are by Rye Sinclair. And that was their song. And so they actually did replay it during their time back together.
Mm.
All right. Do you have anything fun that oh no, that was just a random picture of Kirsten Storms from, you did say, you sent me something, a fan theory that I have no idea. I wouldn't understand.
I've just been loving all my children fans, or not all my children, One Life to Live fans, that have been throwing back to watching, and all that I had talked about before. Vicky had multiple personalities, and so all of them saying maybe this is another personality that we didn't know about. Someone asked on one of the groups, wasn't Ronnie one of the personalities? And everyone answered and was like, no, her personalities. And it was like they just watched it yesterday. They listed off all the personalities and how they correlated to each other. And I'm like, yes, you are my people. We need to bring back One Life to Live just for me to even rewatch it. And just pictures of...
You never double...
No, I could.
I was just gonna say, you never double guess like a soap fan. It's.
I would just love it, and then different pictures of her and Brennan, because on One Life to Live, he was her son. He played her son, and so cute pictures of them together. And so, yes, so I'm just loving all of that. So yeah, I had sent you a couple of things this week of other people saying, wouldn't it be great if Ronnie was another personality and not really Monica's sister, but we never knew that because she had all these other personalities or whatever. And I don't think the storyline's going to get that intricate, but it would be interesting if it did.
Okay, so did we know Vicky's past?
I don't know it well enough to talk on it, because it would have been the same type of thing. Vicky's character was like the same age as Monica's character. So the stuff that they would have been bringing up that had happened in the past would have been when I was a younger child, and I wouldn't have paid attention to it or understood it either.
Right.
I just remember I do remember the multiple personalities, because she played it extremely well. It was amazing. You should go back and watch that clip just to get an idea of what she's capable of, because it was like a different actress for every personality. It was amazing. So,
that's cool.
Yeah, I wish they could bring that into GH, but I don't think that Ronnie's one of her personalities. I think she's her own separate character on GH, and so it was just fun.
That would be cool, though. But also, we don't know what happened with. Oh no, because Blair came in. Well, no, Blair came in when we still had the rights to. No, Blair came in after. Blair came in after we lost John McBain and Starr and Todd Manning.
Yeah. So I don't know what happened that they were able to use her then. You're right. When she came in as Martin's ex-wife. Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. Huh. I don't know.
I just love the connections.
Well, it's fun. It's always fun when they mention the other places, but it's especially more fun especially when they leave little Easter eggs for that.
Right.
For people to pick up on. That's cool. I like that. Yeah, so that was pretty much all that I had. So yeah, again, this upcoming 411 is the last Lucky.
Goodbye, Lucky, till we meet again.
But it's also Lucky and Liz. I think it's Lucky and Liz 41.
Okay.
All right, so this week's Hulu headlines. Oh, it is a new. So it's the ongoing, Nope, it is the Friday one again. The ongoing lives of the diverse and evolving citizens of the fictional town of Port Charles in upstate New York. The glamour and excitement of those who have come to find their destinies in the familiar seaport town intertwine with the lives, loves, and ... and says nothing.
Tell us you have no idea what the episode's going to be about without telling us you have no idea what the episode's about.
But then, like, doesn't even have to, like, I click the little people, the hamburger or whatever, but it doesn't actually say more. It has less. So anyway, so that was Mondays. Tuesdays, Anna and Chase serve a search warrant. Alexis warns Sonny and Carly.
Yep.
Gio makes a big decision. Britt plays hardball. Portia gets life-changing news. Willow is distraught. Carly visits Elizabeth. Wednesday. Willow is distraught. Carly visits Elizabeth. Curtis relays a theory to Portia. Brennan meets Ross, and Chase makes a revelation. And then on Thursday, Dawn and Anna compare notes. Nathan makes a declaration. Someone's alibi crumbles. Jocelyn fudges the truth, and Britt lashes out. And then on Friday, Sonny questions Lulu. Willow briefs Drew. Michael opens up to Ronnie. Jordan is threatened. And Lucas plays matchmaker?
No, he didn't.
All he said was it's going to be a cozy cabin. You should think about dating again.
Yeah, he was not playing matchmaker. That's absolutely
No.
That's absolutely not what was said, because he saw Isaiah like looking off into dreamy world, and then he was like, "Oh, sorry, I didn't mean to interrupt." And Isaiah was like, "No, sorry, I just was distracted." And then he asked, was whoever he was thinking of worth the fact that he was being distracted by her? And Isaiah was like, "Yeah, I think that she is." And it was like, "She's not." Let me tell you, spoiler alert.
She's
don't
not.
waste your time.
Oh, goodness gracious. So where do you want to start?
Just because I already rolled my eye at it and we already started talking about Isaiah, this whole pregnancy stuff with Portia, come on.
Listen.
Can't you just have an affair and not get knocked up? Like, come on.
And I'm sorry. She's over 50.
Is she 50?
Yeah, Kerr is. I'm pretty sure that Portia is too.
Oh, see, I just assumed that she was, I mean, I guess, yeah, they haven't portrayed her as being that young whenever she had Trina.
Yeah, she was a doctor.
Yeah, see, I was trying to go with she was 20 when she had Trina, so she could be 41, 42.
No, she was a doctor.
Okay.
When she was cheating on her first husband and got pregnant with Trina.
Right. All right, well, yeah, I'm with you. Even more so of, she should be more freaked out, because, yeah.
I know it is absolutely technically possible. Like, I do know that. But, like, we don't need to keep doing this.
No, we don't need to keep doing it, because it is possible, but it's not that possible. Like, statistically, once you get into your 40s,
Right.
especially, your chances drop down really low. Most pregnancies naturally are happening as like oops, I thought I was going into menopause in late 40s, not
Right,
all the way
that's-
into the early 50s. Like, if you're having a baby in your early 50s, not saying it never happens, but for most people, there's some fertility stuff going on there. You're using a surrogate's egg or something like that. Like, you're not just, oh my gosh, every month being worried that you're going to end up being pregnant after 50. That's why they say it's like a shock when you find out. They call them,
Yep.
you know,
the menopause babies. Yeah.
Right, the menopause baby. All these women that it has happened to are like, oh my gosh, I totally thought that I was in the middle of menopause. And then I went to the doctor and oops, or whatever. It's not in every week. Like, it's not a normal occurrence. And
No.
Again, I don't understand, regardless of age, why does affair have to result in a baby? That's another thing. Like, we all know how babies are made, but they're not made every time that you hook up with someone. We could just have an affair and that be the drama in itself. There doesn't need to be a baby coming out of it.
Right.
So, and it should be Curtis's by the way that it goes. Because they said she's 7 weeks pregnant. It's only been 6 weeks since she's been with Isaiah.
Has it already been 6 weeks?
Yes, I did not know that, but it was thing that I saw discussed. Someone else checked that for me and said they hooked up the very end of August.
Okay. Well, I mean, the soaps like to suspend our belief, but sometimes it really is ridiculous.
Mm-hmm. And also, anytime that I found out that I was pregnant, I didn't replay in my head pregnant. That was like a constant. When Elizabeth said, "Could you be pregnant?" it was like her brain was like, how do you get pregnant again? Oh, yeah, I have to replay hooking up with Curtis and then hooking up with Isaiah. And then whenever she got the positive test, she looked at it, and again, those same flashbacks, like, how the hell this happened? No, I didn't need that. Thank you.
Literally never thought about that. And you're right. That absolutely happens every single time.
I mean, again, I don't know about the rest of you, but anytime I've got pregnant, I haven't been like, oh, right now a flashback comes into my head of exactly when that happened. Nope.
So we need to talk to James again, because that can be your soap trope that you are sick of, is
Right?
the women forgetting how to get pregnant.
Exactly. Oh,
That's funny.
yeah. I'm just, and
Because
knowing,
Trina's going to be upset, and Curtis is going to be mad, and
right,
all of it.
right. And so she talks to Liz and is like, you were right. I'm pregnant. And then she says to Liz, well, it might not even be Curtis's baby. And she doesn't even say it like that, though. She's like, I mean, if it is even Curtis's. And Liz, the way she said it, Liz had to ask, are you saying it might not be your husband's? Like, I'm confused. And
Right.
then she clarifies, like, yeah, it might not be. And says, so do I tell Curtis and have us stay together and one or both of us be unhappy? Or do I not tell Curtis, go through with the divorce, and then we're fighting over custody of the baby? And it's like,
Right.
you're getting so far ahead of yourself. Like, go for your first doctor appointment, make sure everything's okay, and then decide who you're telling what to. But-
Yeah. But there's no way this, because here's the thing. Then she is again lying about the paternity, because I don't think she's going to tell Curtis.
No.
So once again,
Right. She's going to not tell Curtis, and then Isaiah's going to find out and be like, oh my God, I've always wanted to be a dad. And they're going to pretend it's his. And then Curtis is going to find out. But Jordan kind of let the cat out of the bag by saying ran into Portia and that she's distraught and overly serious. And Curtis is like, Portia's always like super serious. And she was like, no, there was a different vibe today. And I'm like, let's put two and two together. But again, that shouldn't be the first conclusion that Curtis jumps to, because at this late age, that's not the first thing that your brain would go to.
but also she is the chief of staff. So perhaps something unfortunately traumatic happened in the,
Right. In the last delivery.
Dr. Navarro had a difficult case or something. Right. Yeah.
Right.
And Portia has to go find the families and tell them. Like, it could be that.
Yep.
I don't want it to be that, but it could be that.
At this point, I'd rather
Well,
have it be her
that's gonna okay, so that's exactly what's gonna happen though, because it's never been done before, where she's gonna paternity and then something's gonna be wrong with the baby, and only the dad that's biologically related can actually help. And they're gonna have to do like DNA, and then it's gonna be like, Curtis, I'm so sorry, I lied to you again.
Right. And Curtis is gonna be like, can you stop lying to me about the paternity of your children? Like, what is wrong with you?
It's Nina's fault though, but it's Nina's fault.
It's Nina's fault?
Yeah, everything's always Nina's fault and Drew's fault. And
no, I figured it'd be Jordan's fault because she had to go hook up with Isaiah because she saw Jordan in the hallway that day.
Yes. Yes, that's right. Yes. Sorry. I was just...
Yes, it was always someone else's fault. You're right. But in her case, it would somehow be Jordan's.
Yep.
Jordan
blinked twice, and I thought that it meant hook up with Isaiah.
Right, exactly. Or I thought she was subconsciously telling me that she still had feelings for you. And so I had to go hook up with Isaiah to justify it myself.
Ugh. Done with it.
I'm done with it. And I don't want to even listen to her whine about, pregnancy symptoms or anything like that. Like, I just don't want to hear it.
No. This is going to be a longer 9 months than Rachel and Friends.
Right?
She's pregnant for a year. Sorry.
Yes,
she was pregnant for a year.
I remember you saying that. So.
Because she found out in the season finale and then had her daughter right before the
next
season finale a year later.
Ridiculous.
But yeah, so it is. So I just hope it's a false positive and that she will have just blown up her own life and just...
It's not a false positive because Dr. Navarro just told her the blood test said yes.
Oh, crap. That's right. It was a blood test. I'm sorry.
That's okay.
I don't know. Though. I did just know when I was doing chores, I was listening to a podcast called Bad Results, and it was about a paternity test that was 99.7% positive, and tons of them were wrong.
Really?
Yep.
Oh, that's funny.
And they were all blood tests. It was because they were scam. So,
Oh, okay.
yeah, I don't think Dr. Navarro is doing anything like that. She's only on once a year.
Right. Her stuff's done correctly. Britt wasn't the one running the test with Brad in the lab or anything like that.
Right.
So it should
Right.
all be correct results.
Yep.
But yeah, that was frustrating. I'm frustrated already.
Well, and then at the beginning of the week, Portia told Isaiah she doesn't want a serious relationship right now. Girl, you are still married.
Right.
That is a serious relationship.
But she doesn't realize that because they
It's
already
supposed to be.
had a conversation, and the conversation said once they were clear with the law, they were getting divorced. So
Yeah, no, that doesn't make it any less married.
it does not. But I feel like, I mean, we say this about every relationship. If you're ending your marriage, you should probably take a step back and be by yourself for a while before you jump into another relationship. And considering you've already been hooking up with the guy, I think we've crossed the line of a serious relationship when you're jeopardizing your job, his job, and all those things. It's a serious relationship.
And Isaiah told Curtis to treat her with a little bit of respect.
Oh, yeah.
And Curtis was like, excuse me, what?
Right. You are who? Why are you talking to me? About my wife?
Just, I liked Isaiah. Now I'm just annoyed.
Well, it's the same kind of thing that we've talked about before. I don't know who these men think they are speaking on women's behalf. Like, if Portia has an issue with something that Curtis is doing, she can speak to him about it. She's never had a problem with the way he's walked around the hospital. And I don't think that he walks around the hospital like he deserves to get answers or he's determined to get answers because Portia is the chief of staff. I think he acts that way because he was a police officer, a detective. Like, that's just the attitude that they have. Of I'm here for answers and I'm going to get them. It has nothing to do with who else works at the hospital.
Right. Exactly. Isaiah needs to know who he's talking to before he opens his mouth.
Right. But
all
now
right, we need to move on from that because we could be annoyed all night.
True. But now Liz, once they continue their conversation, Liz is going to be like, oh, okay, so that's why Isaiah was being a jerk. Okay, I get it. Except for you're getting pretty messy. Don't be having your affairs at work.
And then Portia obviously does not know Liz's past because she's asking her for advice.
Right.
Girl, listen to our podcast. You will get it all.
But didn't Liz say that Aiden was still at school? Aiden was at school?
Aiden and Scout were at school, so he came home.
But we never had any like, oh my gosh, you're back. Tell us all about your trip. Even if Lucky didn't come back with him to like deliver him, he's old enough he could have flown by himself. We never had any welcome home party. He's been gone all summer.
Not even a party, just a dinner to be like, hey, tell me about every place that you visited.
Right.
Yeah, no.
But okay. There should have been a party.
Been having a dinner. There should have been something. She should have made him a cake and failed miserably at it.
Yes, that would have been cute.
And have it be like the old school, like, you know, you got the Betty Crocker frosting and like you try to write welcome home and it's like all messed up before Pinterest became a thing and you were allowed to make mistakes. We're bitter tonight. How was your week, real quick? Is this a reflection of anything this week? Mine's not, but I'm just thinking, I'm like, we do not sound nice. But seriously, like, there should have been something.
Right. I'm sorry. If your kid goes away for an extended period of time, you have oh my gosh, tell me about your adventures, dinner, meeting, event, I don't know, something. So.
Yeah. Well, I mean, every time my son came home from work or school, you know, we had his favorite meal, you know, stuff like that. So, yeah.
Right. Exactly. So.
And Liz would do that.
She would. Especially because he would have come home and been like, wait, what? Willow's living with us now? And Scout. Okay, I'm confused.
Right. Like, what happened while I was gone?
So,
yeah, exactly. All right.
At least we know he's home. So that's good.
Yeah. He's not lost in Europe.
Right. Well, I thought Joss was brilliant this week with the fact that she knew she was kind of stuck because Carly was going to want to know once she started to get an inkling that there was something up with Joss, she was going to want to know everything. And then Carly said that she could tell Jason was keeping something from her. And so that put Joss in a bad position. And then Britt was like, oh, you need to get me a suite at the Metro Court. Like, come on. Again, there's no other hotel around that I could get you a suite in. My mom's not going to buy that I'm getting you a suite in her hotel for no reason. So she had to come up with a story to why she would be upset and kind of get a connection to the WSB without admitting that she was WSB. And so she had a little mini breakdown, and Carly's like, what's wrong? And she's like, oh my gosh, Vaughn's been lying to me, and gave this whole big story about how she didn't know that he was WSB. And then she met up with him on Pier 54 to let him know all about the lie that she told her mom. And he was like, that was pretty smart. I wouldn't have told me, though, so that I was genuinely caught off guard. But okay, good job. And I was like, that was smart.
Also, he would have done the same thing.
Yes.
He also would have done the same thing. Yep.
So, and now Carly's dealing with Brennan, and I loved it because he's making all the excuses, and she's like, no, that means my daughter was in danger, and you weren't telling me.
Yep. No, dude. Sorry.
Right. I don't want your excuses, okay? Yeah, I was happy with that.
And before that, though, Brennan and Jason were down on Pier 54. Yes. And Brennan was asking him who was more important, Carly or Britt's freedom. Carly knowing if that Joss was in the WSB or Britt's freedom.
Right.
Because Jason had just come from Britt and she wasn't telling him why she needs protection. Or did he go to her after that?
I'm trying to think.
I can't remember the order of that.
I think we saw Brennan see Britt, and then we saw Brennan and Jason on the docks, because Brennan interrupted the conversation between Joss and Britt, because he was like, hey, I don't think that I've met you before. By the way, I am head of WSB, and why were you at the Five Poppies again? And then Britt was kind of like, oh crap, I can't get into all the details of what was going on there. And he was like, yeah, that's a problem that could put you in jail. So then he went to Jason and was like, which one are you going to go with here?
I did like when Britt was like kind of calling Jason out, and she's like, oh, am I getting the Carly treatment now? He's like, no, Carly would have already told me what was going on.
Yes, exactly. She would not have held the secret. So I kind of thought whenever Spinelli went to Britt and started bringing up the fact that she was alive and Nathan was alive, that he was going to follow what we said last week of, does this mean that Peter's alive? And then he didn't get there.
Yeah, I feel like that was a lead-in, because he specifically said two of Faison's children are alive.
Right.
I still think Faison's alive.
I know you do, but you're going to hold that belief no matter what. So
I want my husband to do a 411. Oh. Did you hear Liz's plumber's name?
No.
It's JD.
Oh, that's awesome.
When Carly was there. Oh, because Carly went to her and was asking, what did Anna come and ask you? And she's like, she actually hasn't even been here. Yeah, she's like, let me get, my plumber's calling me, you know, how hard it, and, you know, they're like, oh yeah, it's so difficult to get someone to call you back. And as she's walking upstairs, she says, oh, I just wrote down Liz's plumber's name is JD. But she was like, oh, hey, JD, thanks for calling me back. So my husband is now on the show.
Yay!
Off screen, but on the show. Oh, I feel like, okay, guys, totally appreciate it. Someone's obviously listening. However, I would have loved it so much more if they had made JD one of Faison's henchmen.
That would have been awesome.
That would have been great if, like, JD were just like his little minion running around.
Mm-hmm. He can carry
on the
being a plumber. The minion.
Yes, exactly. He can carry the jar with the brain.
Yes. Oh.
But yeah, I mean, that's not a common name, so I was very happy to hear it.
Yeah, we all have our small parts now. That's awesome.
Yep. Not Ryan, though. I mean, Ryan Chamberlain, but that was pre-Ryan.
Right. I understand that they can't redo that name, though. So.
Well, but they redid yours.
Yeah, that's true.
And there was Amanda Barrington.
That's true. So maybe we'll look at a Ryan then. I don't know. Maybe they can have a Ryan that works under Spinelli since he does IT.
Oh, that'd be fun. Hint, hint. Okay, where were we going from that, though? I'm sorry.
No, you're good. Just the Carly and Jason, and then Britt. Just basically the fact that somebody needs to figure out who it was that was keeping Britt captive and what that has to do with Nathan. Because we didn't get any interaction between Britt and Nathan this week to explain that she knew where he was or she didn't, which we all think that she did, or I would think we all do, or anything like that.
Spinelli was kind of calling her out on it, though.
Yeah.
Because he was saying, you were so adamant about James not meeting his dad.
Right.
Why is that? And then that's when he said about, it's kind of coincidental that two of Faison's kids are alive. And he was also kind of insinuating, oh, yeah, and by the way, you're the one who knew that you were all alive, like that you guys were alive the whole time. Well,
right.
He doesn't know for sure that Britt knew that Nathan was alive, but like Nathan thinks it was 7 years ago. Oh, Nathan and Spinelli.
Yeah.
They're such good guys. She cannot leave Spinelli, though.
No, she cannot leave Spinelli. No, she said she's had 7 years and a whole nother baby with somebody else. Like she had a relationship in between. If he would have died and she would have jumped right back to Spinelli, then I could understand that she might want to jump right back to Nathan. Like Spinelli was the rebound, but she didn't. She moved on from Nathan to Peter. He was the rebound. And then she healed from all of that, from the Nathan stuff and the Peter stuff. And now is with Spinelli. And they have to end up together. That's like true love. Come on. We've been waiting so many years for that. If they wouldn't give us Lucky and Liz, then they have to give us Spinelli and Maxie.
Agreed. But it was really, like, I like the, and because we don't know that Nathan knows that Spinelli is with Maxie, just that he has been there for the kids.
Right. The way that he said it this week did not make it sound like Spinelli and Maxie were together. It was like, thanks for stepping in as a dad, bro. I totally appreciate it. So I'm not sure how or when they're going to break it to him that, yeah, he didn't just step in as James's dad because he was Georgie's dad. He stepped in because he is with Maxie.
Well, because then when Nathan died, she was able to see Georgie, but I still don't think that she and Spinelli were necessarily where they are again now. Like they were still a little bit kind of estranged-ish.
Mm-hmm. Wasn't he still in Portland with Ellie?
Yeah, he was, yeah.
Okay, that's what I thought.
Yeah, that's going to break hearts all around.
Yeah, but no, it has to stay.
They're going to have to tell him because, James is going to.
Right. Even if he just makes, like you stated last week about the orange soda and stuff. If he's like, yeah, my other dad, Spinelli, really loves orange soda or something like that.
Yeah. Oh.
It's going to be sad, but they need to keep it that way. She cannot get back together with Nathan.
No, guys, just remember, we do love Nathan. Oh, shoot. Did we do a 411 when Nathan died?
I don't know, and you don't remember. So why do you ask that question?
Because every now and again, you do remember these things.
We talk about so much stuff. I don't know that we actually ever do a 411 or if we just have a conversation about it.
I know. Okay, let me look. No, we did. We talked about Maxie in 2021. We talked about her and Nathan, which, to be fair, actually, I feel like is most of Nathan's story because he met her when he was coming to sublet her apartment.
Right.
So it's almost like his entire story is Nathan. So episode 238, the Port Charles 411, part 4 of Maxie. It was June 10th, 2021. Possibly. Oh, yeah. We literally labeled it the Nathan years.
Okay. See?
So there's probably a lot not in there. But okay, maybe we need to do a quick 411 on Nathan soon.
All right. We'll do that.
Why do they keep bringing people back when we don't have all the time? If you guys help us with our podcast.
We need to be able to do this full time to keep up with all the people you're bringing back from the dead.
I know. Or just help us write. Because I work full time.
I don't think there was anything else with them, though. They were like their own separate whatever.
Yeah.
And then at the Quartermains, it was more of Tracy throwing a hissy fit about the will, but then it came in handy because as Alexis was finishing up, Anna shows up to serve a warrant, and Ronnie's like, hold on a moment, I need to actually look at this. And she starts reading it. And she's
you can go through everything in the will.
Oh, didn't we do that last week?
No, remember
Oh.
you said that because of the preemptions, because of the wild card,
Oh, right. It was
Canada knew,
pushed.
and I had not seen anything on social media.
Yes.
And I hate that I was right and annoyed that I'm right.
I didn't want you to be
I
right.
swear on my kids, I did not see anything online.
No, I know that you didn't. And even the stuff that I saw online, I was hoping was still speculation because I didn't want it to be that she got the house, but now that have seen this whole week, I'm wondering if she didn't know something was going on and do it to protect the house. Because what if Michael temporarily is found guilty and goes away to jail? I don't know how that affects anything with real estate, but I don't know. So,
I mean, I think the house is owned. So as long as somebody pays the taxes and the utilities and everything, they're fine.
that's what I would have thought, but I don't know.
I'm pretty sure they're not going to have to put a lien on the house. As was meant many times this week, they have enough money.
Right. Okay,
But-
so going through the will, I didn't write
So
down what
before they
everyone
read the
thought.
will, Olivia asked Michael if they could get a pizza oven.
Yes.
And that's where I was really, really looking forward to Olivia getting the house because I thought that her first exclamation was going to be like, we're getting a pizza oven.
Yep, but nope.
But instead, she got Monica's cookware.
Yes.
Brooklyn got Monica's necklace.
Hmm.
Ned got her record collection. I want to know who's in there. And do you know why? I forgot about this. I did hear this a few years ago when she was on Stephen Bradford's podcast. But I just saw it around TikTok and I reshared it because her first day on General Hospital was the day that Elvis died. And she was a huge Elvis fan.
Aw, that's sad.
Yeah. August 16th, because it was the day after my Grammy's birthday.
You would have known that even if it wasn't the day after your Grammy's birthday. But okay.
I would have, yes. But Jason got Alan's favorite watch.
That he had got from Edward.
Yep. All the grandkids got trust funds, including Daisy, because it was written in a way that any subsequent grandkids
Yep.
would get. And she left Tracy a jar of relish.
Yep.
Piccolila.
Yep.
I do think that Ronnie is fake. I think that she is a plant from Martin. And I think that the will is fake and that Martin wrote it up. And that's what he knew, that the Quartermains were going to ruin themselves from the inside. Because I think that perhaps Ronnie might be her sister, possibly, but she wrote the letter to Monica, but then it was found, Martin, that's the letter that Martin found. But then it was probably something not nice, and she's not as nice as we were thinking that she is, even though she won 3 years in a row of a pie baking contest and she's a server. But I think that Martin has probably paid her off and hired her to do this.
Even though Brooklyn found the box of letters.
Did she?
She did. When she came down to them serving the warrant or the whatever search warrant, she had a box with her that I assume is those letters.
Okay, but they didn't say it.
They didn't say it, and they didn't specify what was in the letters, so it could have been all bad stuff, them just arguing back and forth.
Maybe.
It didn't have to be good, yeah.
Pretty easy to just plant a box.
That's true. I mean, I guess because...
they made a point of mentioning that Martin broke into the property with Drew.
And Tracy asked Ronnie to see the letters, and Ronnie was like, those are personal items. I'm not going to show you our personal conversations. So maybe that's why, is because they didn't really hold anything of substance because they were fake.
Or they held the wrong substance. And this is her way of getting back at her sister who ditched her.
Yeah, that could be. Okay. I would be okay with that.
But then when she was asking Tracy to tell her about Monica, I kind of felt bad.
You felt bad for thinking that about a fictional character?
Yes.
Okay.
But then we also know that I often trust too easily. And so I need to start listening to that gut a little bit more. I'll start with Ronnie.
There you go.
We'll start with the fictional characters, and maybe one day I'll learn for real life.
I would just love that you felt bad afterwards. That's funny. I don't know.
Yeah, that's my big...
What does Martin get out of it, though?
The satisfaction.
You really think he's that mean?
I think he doesn't like Tracy that much.
Okay.
Because he's going to work for Drew just to take them down.
Yeah, but he liked Stella, and Stella's friends with Tracy, so there has to be a little bit of good in Tracy.
I know there's good in Tracy, but Martin doesn't. He doesn't believe it.
Should. I feel like you should at this point.
He should, but he just... Oh, because didn't they have a situation this week? Didn't they see each other?
Did they?
I don't know. Hold on. Maybe it was last week. Yeah, because I don't have anything written down for Martin.
Okay, yeah, I didn't remember them seeing each other this week.
Yeah, so that's my big plan. Although also, I think that Michael gave Willow the gun as protection, and it was probably at the gatehouse, and that's how Willow got it.
Protection from what?
Just when they lived there for the nights that he wasn't home or whatever. You know, he
took a revolver off off Edward's wall of guns.
Sure.
No.
I think that's why I knew her. Is because he probably gave it. I don't know. I feel like there's something there where he gave her the gun. And so, like, his fingerprints are going to be on it, too. I don't know. I had a lot of weird thoughts this week.
I don't know. I don't know how I feel about Willow or Michael this week, because we saw Michael go to Elizabeth's and talk with Willow and say, hey, I think that you should start to see the kids. Because first Willow's visiting Drew, and he says something about her and Scout moving back in with him, and she's kind of hesitant. And he's like, why? Why wouldn't you want to come live in the house that I just got shot in? It seems perfectly safe to me. And she expresses her concerns about the safety, and he's like, no, I redid all this stuff. It's fine. And she's like, I don't know. We'll see. And then she gets email or text message or something that says that the judge for her case was obviously assigned, but the case was going to continue. And so she starts freaking out, and then she goes home, and Michael's there, and he says that he thinks it would be a good idea. She saw the kids, but that he wanted it to be supervised by a therapist.
I think he's letting her because he knows that she's going to jail. And so he's letting her get her last little bit of time with the kids before she winds up in jail.
So do you think he saw her then, like we talked about last week, maybe?
Yeah.
Okay. I mean, that would be okay. I would be okay with him being nice like that.
Because I think that he would.
Okay. And then she goes to Drew the next day and is like, I'm going to get to see my kids today. And he's like, no, don't do that. This is a setup. He's going to have that therapist testify against you in court, or they're going to say that you have to have supervised visitation forever now. And she was like, that's a risk I'm willing to take, because it would also look bad to the court if I said, no, I didn't want to see my kids and I need to see my kids. So I like it that she at least was sticking with that and not letting him tell her, no, just don't see your kids until we can go to court in January.
Well, because she has to play him now, too. So, like, it's getting...
Right, confusing for her, I'm sure.
Yeah. Oh, and Michael told Ronnie all about all this.
They had a nice chat over, well, he didn't have any tea, but over a cup of tea.
Do you want to bet that Monica really does have a sister, but it's not, she's not Ronnie? Maybe she does have a sister named Ronnie, and then this is just an actress that Martin hired.
I would go for that, because when Lulu was telling Tracy everything that she found on her, she was like, she has no police record, she had a husband, but he died young, she doesn't have any kids, she doesn't have this, and it sounded like she lived a pretty boring everyday life. But then whenever she was talking to Michael about protecting your kids and doing anything you can for them, she was like, yes, you have to make sure that you do everything for your children. And she's very impassioned speaking about children for someone who never had any children to protect or deal with like that.
Yeah. Okay.
So I feel like there's dirt there, whether she's actually Ronnie or she's pretending to be Ronnie, that physical person has some type of hidden something with kids.
Yes. Okay. And then that's why she's asking Tracy so much about her, because she wants to get more dirt on Monica, or she's just trying to really mess with Tracy. Because it does make sense that Monica would have changed the will after the whole thing with Drew. Oh, and apparently that's Edward's attorney, but he retired. But here's the thing, he retired in the past 3 months. Convenient.
Yeah, I don't know. Well, they said that she did the will in January, so it would have been in the last 9 months. But
well, he did the will in the past 9 months. But when did he retire? He retired since. So okay. I'm speculating. I just said 3 months just for time. Okay. But I mean, it could have been that he retired the day after. That's even more suspicious, though. I don't know.
Yeah, I don't know any of it. My only thought for why she would, if she actually did give it to Ronnie, and that is Ronnie, is the fact that maybe it was a protection for them. And it was smart of Ronnie to read the search warrant and be like, yeah, no, this is the wrong address. You want the house across the street. You can't search this.
When Turner was at the boxing, she said 65, and I'm like, oh great, we're changing that address now.
Mm-hmm. She was distracted by Sonny. He can make you forget your numbers.
So, but do you think it was intentional that she did it to throw him off? Or do you think it was just like a oops?
I think it was just an oops. She started saying the number and got distracted by the attractive man in the boxing ring. I can see that happening.
I mean, and Anna called her out on that bad.
Mm-hmm. And Sonny...
But Anna, you didn't read it either.
Right. Like, when you read it, before you send over important documents for your work, don't you, like, proofread at least those very important things, like the address on the house you're trying to sell somebody or whatever?
Yeah. Yep.
I would think...
Yes, that is a very important one.
I would not think you're like, sign this paper to put in your offer. Oops, I put the neighbor's number on it. Sorry.
Oh my gosh, you know what's horrible is that happened. You know that's had to have happened.
Oh, I'm sure it has, but...
Oh.
Yeah, proofreading is important.
I get messed up whenever I accidentally write drive instead of road.
Mm-hmm.
Like, I hate that.
I didn't even think about that. But yeah, you got to pay attention to the numbers. So Anna gave her crap about that. And then Sonny set up a meeting with her and was like, hey, are you forgetting the fact that you were at my house hearing Drew threaten Michael? And she's like, oh, so you're blackmailing me? And he's like, no, I'm not blackmailing you. I'm pointing out the obvious that you are compromised now. You cannot prosecute this case.
Yep.
So I'm glad he remembered that to remind her, because I was thinking the same thing. Oh, also, just because we're at the gym for her to mess up the address, finally, Gio and Emma talked, because there was no conversation since their kiss, and he was ready to move out because he thought that he had crossed the line and she wasn't interested. And she thought that since he hadn't talked to her that he wasn't interested, so she had ruined their friendship. And so they finally talk and both admit that they're interested in each other. And so they had another smoocheroo at the box.
But not after he confided in Sonny and she confided in Anna. And oh God, having Anna has to be like the best grandmother. Like, oh, so it wasn't a good kiss? Oh, so, like asking all the girlfriend questions, but totally being a grandmother. Like, it was great.
It was. So they're cute. I'm glad we're getting that romance.
Mm-hmm.
I'm trying to think what else, like, little.
Oh, you know what? I think that they're starting to rewrite Lulu. I felt this is now 2 weeks in a row that I felt that she's different.
Yes. At first I wasn't sure because Curtis said to Michael, oh, you read the article in the newspaper, and I was like, oh, geez, now what? But then whenever she talked to Sonny, she was like, no, you're reading into this. I just said that a warrant was issued to the wrong address and then the right one, and that he's a person of interest. I can't not report the news, but I didn't say he did it. So I do feel like they're softening her.
Thank goodness, because she's not...
Right.
She's never been like writing her for almost a year now. Right. Yeah. Well, I don't know. She was very passionate about cheese back in the day. her breaking story on cheese. The thing she won the Pulitzer for.
Hey,
she never won a Pulitzer for cheese.
Cheese is a very serious topic.
It is. What else was there? I kind of feel like everything really went well together, though.
It did.
Oh, Liz was kind of nice to Britt at the beginning of the week when she was like, why did it take you forever to do these reports? And she's like, well, just found out that my brother's alive. Mm-hmm. And she's like, if you need a break, like, we're okay with family stuff.
Right.
So.
But she did yell at her for being on the wrong floor whenever Britt was the one that broke up the argument between Isaiah and Curtis. And Liz was like, why are you up here anyway? And she was like, I was delivering scans and bringing up a fight. You're welcome.
Yep. What else happened this week? Oh, and then Chase was at the house, just to go back to the warrant. Chase was there. Mm-hmm. And then Anna's telling Dante, hey, since you live there, think you could do some, like, looking around. How are they both involved in this?
Right.
Despite the fact that they are married into the family. Mm-hmm. Well, he is, because through his mom. Mm-hmm. They're living there. Mm-hmm. And they did find the gun at Liz's.
Yes.
That was the big ending of the week.
Yep. I was happy with that. And Liz called Rick and was like, "Are you done with your detox? Because they're searching my house and I don't know what's going on." And then Anna comes down the steps and is like, "I need you to come to the station with me. And where's your roommate?" I did think that was a weird interaction between Willow and Liz in the morning, though, because Willow comes downstairs and is like in a kind of a chipper mood. And Liz is like, "Oh, I thought that you worked later today." And she's like, "No, I switched with Diana because I have something else going on." But she didn't say, and Liz says, "Sorry if it was weird with Michael coming home and or Michael being here when you got home." And she doesn't say, "Oh, no, actually, it was, I think what is going to be a really great thing. I get to see my kids today." Like, if you're living in someone's house, I would think you're close enough with them to share that exciting news.
Well, especially where they've talked about it.
Yeah.
You know, like they've talked about the fact that why she's there or why, you know, like she can't see the kids and all that stuff. So, yeah, definitely a little weird that she would not tell a fellow single mom.
Right.
I mean, not all single moms are created the same, but if you're living with one, I think it's fair to say, oh, Liz did tell that to Carly. She's like, oh, what did she say to Carly? Because Carly was kind of like, oh, you're, you know, bringing in the enemy to stay here. And she's like, she had nowhere to go. You know, it was like she felt bad for her, not necessarily that, because I think she's told Carly she doesn't agree with her, right?
Yeah, she said that she saw both sides and that she never thought that Michael was a bad father, that everything just kind of got confused or whatever. So I don't think she's taking Willow's side at all, but at the same time, she's not against Willow either, because Carly said something about everything that's happened to Willow has been from her own mistakes. And Liz was kind of like, yeah, and I think you and I can both say we've had those experiences that were our own creation. It doesn't make it hurt any less. So
Yep. And then Carly did her looking at her like, well, darn you, you're right.
Right. Why have to bring up my past like that?
Right. It's almost like you listened to a whole podcast about it. Gosh, could you imagine when we have to do Carly?
Oh, no.
Well, she's going to be like Liz, though, because Liz we're kind of doing a lot of through Lucky.
Mm-hmm.
So, I mean, there's going to be a lot left. But when we're done with Bobby, we're going to have a lot of Carly's beginning.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, we still have to fill in a lot of blanks there, but there'll be a lot to borrow from.
Right.
So, no, but I actually think that's it.
Yeah, I think so, too. It all did really go well together.
It did.
Reality check.
That was your week.
It was good. I can't think of anything that I am bitter about that made me mad at the show. It was just a long week. Madeline had something every single day. She was out late Sunday night. She went to the local amusement park's scary thing that they put on with her dad and sisters. And so she was out until like 11:30, which I don't normally do on
my gosh, on a school night?
Right.
Sorry, I didn't mean that to sound judgy, but I couldn't do it.
No, exactly. But she did great. She got up the next day and went to school, no problem. I was very proud of her. Then she had cheer practice. And then after cheer practice, she had CCD. And then Tuesday, she had a middle school game that she had to cheer at in the rain. And yeah, it was so ridiculous. And then Wednesday, she had another middle school game that she had to cheer at. Luckily, it was just freezing then. It wasn't raining. And then Thursday, she had dance, and the other team that she plays on did their powder puff game, which was super cute, but her team lost, unfortunately. But it was just adorable. I think my favorite part is seeing the boys dress up in the cheerleader costumes and try to do the halftime show, because it's like so bad it's funny, but it's cute the way that they try. And then today we didn't have anything scheduled. And I was like, woohoo. And then she was like, oh, wait, I'm not going to be able to go tomorrow. Can we go and see the play that all of my friends are in? So right before we recorded, I had to go and do that. It was really cute. It was Frozen Junior. So it was only like about an hour, which was perfect for anyone that had little kids. And a couple of her friends were, bigger parts in it. So it was really cute to get to see them and just how happy and excited everyone was. So
Well, and that's great that she's like so excited to go support her friends too.
Yes. And she's excited tomorrow. They go decorate the senior football player and cheerleader houses. So like all the junior high and high school cheerleaders go together.
Okay, so this is
into-
actually the seniors, not the fake
Right.
seniors that we're having. Okay,
Right.
this is where I'm getting confused.
Nope, it's the seniors. So
Like the actual legit, they're graduating in 26.
yes, exactly.
Okay, from high school.
From high school, right?
Okay,
Mm-hmm.
cool.
So yeah, so just busy stuff. I'm happy for her, and even a little jealous because I did not do any of these things, and so I'm like, look at you, like good job going out there and doing all this stuff, and still getting up every morning and going to school and getting good grades and doing all the things because I'm exhausted just watching you, let alone participating. I would not be okay. But
Yeah.
she's very good with that. And then Megan's big news is she's buying a motorcycle, which I think is a horrible idea, but she's very excited for it. And Emily's big news of the week is that she has a job interview next week at Sports Clips. So
Thanks. Big girl job.
yep. So yeah, big things happening for all them, and I'm just boring as ever, observing their lives. So, how about you?
It's an excellent question. Well, my son decided to be exciting on Sunday night and surprised us that he was up in Edinburgh at midnight.
Oh,
We thought he was working. And okay, so here's the thing. He's 23. He's graduated from college. Yes, he's living here, but we want to know when you're coming in and out of the house.
mm-hmm.
Are you going to be here for meals? Stuff like that.
Mm-hmm.
But I mean, he's a good kid. So like he's not out all the time. And typically he does tell us. And JD looked at his phone and he's like, do you know that he's up in Edinburgh? I'm like, no, sure did not.
Wow.
Yep. Didn't get home until 2:30. So, I didn't sleep Monday.
Right.
But we still went to the gym every single week, Monday, Wednesday, Friday.
Good job.
It was Erica's birthday, so we did that. Oh, my daughter had her first other than an event work session for that local coffee place.
Oh, good.
Oh, and Wednesday she shadowed a dog groomer.
Oh, cute.
So I guess we did have a lot of stuff happen this.
Don't you always?
Yep. Yeah, that's really it. And we are having a deep clean weekend. And JD's making fun of me because I'm like, before we close up the house for winter, he's like, I didn't know we were leaving. I'm like, not that. I'm like, but we're shutting the windows and all that stuff. But yeah,
I like
so
it. I need someone to come do it to
this
my
weekend. Yeah, I'm gonna be lucky if this gets done. So, but yeah, so that was it. Cleaning and job stuff and work.
We are so boring.
I'm always exciting. I know. I'm like, I'm always so exciting.
Reality.
But you know what
check.
is so
Our
exciting?
lives are just as boring as everyone else's.
Or I did like when Lulu was like, some people just go through life without having all this drama. But yeah, you can join us on Thursday as we talk about the last bit of new drama from Lucky and Liz. Lucky and Liz. Yes.
Yep. So with that, have a good week.
And we'll meet you at the pier.
Bye.
Bye.
If you enjoyed today's show, we invite you to go to peer54podcast.com to subscribe on your favorite platform. Don't forget to leave us a review.
And you can also follow us on many social media channels. Just search for Peer 54 Podcast. Also, we are not perfect, so if there is something that we missed or messed up, just let us know by emailing us at peer54podcast@gmail.com.